For most people, jellyfish are not ancient animals or important organisms. They are a problem you run into. They are associated with pain and an unseen danger. With beach closures and warning signs posted along the shore, they are something swimmers hope to avoid and parents warn children about. Jellyfish are often described as dangerous, invasive, or out of control. Encounters with jellyfish rarely feel deliberate. There is no chase, no warning, and no moment where the animal reacts to your presence. You simply feel the sting, often before you ever see what caused it. That lack of visible behaviour makes jellyfish difficult to understand and easy to fear. Unlike animals that bite or attack, jellyfish do not appear to make choices. They don't retreat when approached, they don't signal aggression, they just simply drift where the water carries them, and when contact happens, it feels sudden and unavoidable. Biologically, jellyfish are not aggressive animals. They do not hunt humans, in fact, they don't even recognise us at all. Their tentacles are lined with microscopic cells called nematocysts, which fire automatically when touched. This reaction is involuntary. It has evolved to capture small prey and deter predators, not to initiate attacks. For humans, that reflex can be painful, and in rare cases, depending on the species, it can be dangerous. But once the contact with the jellyfish ends, the animal continues drifting, unaware that anything occurred. Despite this, jellyfish have become symbols of something larger. Around the world, reports of jellyfish blooms have increased. Entire coastlines have experienced mass gatherings of jellyfish, sometimes stretching for miles. Beaches are closed, fishing nets are clogged, and in some cases, power plants and desalination facilities have been forced to shut down when jellyfish block water intake systems. This has led to a common belief that jellyfish are taking over. They are often described as invaders, as if they were spreading into places they do not belong. But in reality, jellyfish are not arriving from elsewhere. They are simply responding to changes that are happening in the oceans. Overfishing has removed many of the animals that once preyed on jellyfish or competed with them for food. As those populations decline, jellyfish face fewer limits. Warmer ocean temperatures speed up jellyfish growth and reproduction, and pollution and agricultural runoff increase nutrients in coastal waters, creating low oxygen conditions that harm fish but leave jellyfish largely unaffected. That doesn't make jellyfish a problem. They are a symptom of a problem that us humans have caused. Their presence does not mean the ocean is thriving. In many cases, it means balance has already been lost. The jellyfish are not replacing healthy ecosystems. They are what remains when those systems begin to fail. But this makes jellyfish easy to resent. They appear where people want recreation and tourism. They are visible reminders of environmental change, and it is much easier to blame an animal than to blame ourselves. But long before jellyfish were treated as pests, they quietly changed the understanding of life itself. In the early 1960s, scientists studied a small jellyfish called Acrylic victoria. They discovered a protein that glowed green when exposed to certain light. This protein, later named green fluorescent protein, or GFP, became one of the most important tools in modern biology. By attaching the gene for GFP to other genes, researchers gained the ability to see what was happening inside living cells. Cancer growth could be tracked, brain cells could be observed as they developed, and viruses could be followed as they spread through tissues. Today, GFP is used in laboratories all around the world. It plays a role in cancer research, neuroscience, genetics, and drug development. The impact of this discovery was so significant that it led to a Nobel Prize. Another jellyfish species has contributed to science in a very different way, as it has the ability to reverse its life cycle. When injured or under stress, it can return from its adult form back to an earlier stage and begin its life again. Scientists study this species to better understand aging, cell behaviour, and how organisms respond to damage, as it provides rare insight into how life manages time and repair. And even after centuries of study, much about jellyfish remains unknown. Their biology continues to offer insights that science is only beginning to uncover. What remains to be learned may prove just as important as what they have already given us. Jellyfish have existed for more than 500 million years. They have lived through mass extinctions, climate shifts, and major changes in ocean chemistry. Their survival does not depend on complex systems or stable environments. And as oceans continue to change, jellyfish are likely to remain. However, many species humans rely on may not. Humans tend to judge animals based on familiarity, usefulness, or emotional connection. Jellyfish offer none of these easily. They do not form bonds, they do not show behaviours we recognise as intent or intelligence, but what they offer instead is evidence and insight. They show us when ecosystems are losing balance. They reflect large environmental changes, and they reveal the cost of ignoring change. Jellyfish are not enemies, they are not invaders, and their stings are defensive reflexes, not acts of aggression. Their growing numbers are a response to our actions, not threats. Jellyfish may outlast many of the species humans depend on. They may even outlast us. Not because they are stronger or smarter, but because they need less from the world than we do. Maybe it's okay to fear jellyfish, but they also need to be appreciated for the things they have taught us and the problems they are revealing.